Very important bit of information to have. Our crop plants come basically into two big categories, which break down a little more. Those which can and do can cross-pollinate freely, and those which self-pollinate. And the sulfurs, there's much fewer of those. There's probably a very good reason. The whole thing I was saying about the sex and diversity and stuff, these guys thrive, almost insist upon incest. They insist upon incest. That came out right, yeah. And for example, peas. You know the expression alike is two peas in a pod? Well, peas highly self-pollinate. And so if you've got a pea blossom, by the way, they have what are called perfect blossom, perfect flowers. That doesn't mean they look gorgeous in corsages. By perfect, it means they got boy parts and girl parts together in the same little plant, okay, the same blossom. So a pea blossom, when it flowers, and again, there's an ovary, and there's there's boy parts and there's girl parts. And there is this blossom surrounding the thing, which has this keel petal that covers over the thing. Okay, that means bumblebees and any other critters that would like to get this to get to the next, they can't get at it. And so it's sort of like, you'll pardon some of my analogies, but it's sort of like the convent, you know, and the girls are all in there, and we lock all the doors to keep the riffraff going by the sidewalk. They'd love to get in there, but we keep the girls locked up in there with their brothers. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, sooner or later, yeah. See what I mean? You go from cheeks getting, but you got it, didn't you? You got it. Okay. At some point, the pea blossom, that thing, that window that's keeping the riffraff off the street, it atrophies. You know, it kind of shrivels and falls away. And sometimes when I've got my pea collection, I'll have maybe 300 pea varieties all growing in the same patch, just a couple of feet apart from each other. And I'm totally fine, but sometimes late in the season I'll look and I'll see bumblebees all over. Oh my God, they're all over, bumblebees. Well, I've learned from years of experience. By the time the bumblebees are going after that, it's like the riffraff is coming in from the street, but all the girls are already pregnant by their brothers. But that's okay. Okay. So now, given that, all seriousness aside here, therefore we're having incest. This is insisting on incest, which with many species, if that happens, you've got really, you've got all the things that happen with people, when they, the family gets too into that, it's like, problems happen. These species generally have something built into them that tolerates the incest, that doesn't go to pieces. Try doing that with corn for even a couple of generations, and it really runs down. Every corn plant is born with a runny nose and a tendency for cancer and whatever. These things can do that. And it typically is either something chemical thing of that they reject the pollen of the boy parts of the girl boy parts, or like I say, a blossom, some morphological thing. But they have something built in. Well, this is helpful for seed saving. It makes your job a lot simpler. If you want to save 2 or 3 varieties of peas or eggplant or chickpeas or whatever in your garden, don't worry about it. They're taking care of that. They will stay pure. Like I say, I'll grow every year like 200 or 300 varieties of peas, all in the same garden. And I don't worry about it. The only thing I worry about is the vines are climbing up the chicken wire like this, that they don't do that. That kind of crossing. But as long as there are a foot or 2 between them so I can keep them mechanically separated, I haven't got to worry about any hanky-panky. They've got that all figured out, okay? The main exception I should have mentioned here, peppers, depends. Where you are here, they may cross pretty easily. In Maine, they sometimes cross. The warmer, especially warm summer nights, will encourage them to cross-pollinate. Actually, warm summer nights encourages all of us to cross-pollinate with it. But anyway, peppers, I've sometimes grown varieties of peppers right next to each other for a long time and had them stay apparently all pure, but then one year have some of them. So it's a little problematic, yeah.